Welcome back to WagerTalk.com. We're going to take a look at an NFL Sunday playoff implications. Not a playoff game, but this one's simple. Win and you're in. A little more on the line than the game that I previewed earlier with Philly and the Giants. But guys, I got to tell you something. The subplots for this game is like a made-for-TV movie. You start with Jets. They control their own destiny. They win, they're in. They slayed the Giant last week. They finally beat their arch nemesis, the New England Patriots, a game that I was on, and they dominated almost the entire game, yet they found themselves at the end of the game, like the Patriots always do, and I'm like, why do I have to sweat a game I dominated for 3.5 quarters? And there they are. New England drives down the field. Tom Brady gets the tying score, and I'm sitting there rooting. I'm saying, Belichick's cocky enough. He might just try for 2 because then I can't lose with the spread. I didn't want to go into overtime because I thought if it went to overtime, the Patriots would find a way. But give the Jets credit. They won a game they had to, and now they control their own destiny. But, boy, who's on the other sidelines in this one?
You and I, by the way, were both, along with a lot of other people who had the Jets, were sweating the same stuff. I needed the Jets, and I'm sitting there doing what Marco's doing. Like, oh, come on. And then, but we had, the coin flip. I mean, you got to throw that in the mix, too. That was awfully nice to have that coin flip go against us, but for us, and give us the ball. Here's the thing, man. I get all the dynamics, Bryan, about this particular game. Rex Ryan with a chance to keep his former team out of the playoffs if he beats them here. And again, he did beat them several weeks ago, 22-17. But if you look at that contest, I mean, the New York Jets, they don't give up yardage. They gain yardage. They do well on both sides of the line of scrimmage. But in that particular game, they had 4 turnovers. They had 2 fumbles that were lost. They had 2 interceptions. And it made all the difference in a 5-point margin against the New York Jets, against the Buffalo Bills in that first meeting.
Yeah, you're not going to win games giving up 4 turnovers in a game. And, a lot of the talk coming out of Buffalo is they're not really into their coach. People in New York are going to wonder, what? Didn't we tell you that beforehand?
They were so excited.
Well, they were excited to get him. He's a 500 coach in the NFL. I mean,
that should
he
make
covers
Buffalo happy.
Covers the spread 50% of the time. I mean, that's good enough for Buffalo. No, I'm not going to badmouth Buffalo, but
you're from Cleveland.
Yeah, and I can't even get the number 1 draft pick. And if they did, they'd screw it up anyway. So I don't know. But the Jets right now are playing really good football. The quarterback's very confident. He's been terrific all year long. It's tough to go against the Jets here. As you pointed out, my question is, the line's basically 3 right now, correct?
Yeah.
What's going to happen when the public gets to this on Sunday and says, all they got to do is win and they're in? That line's going to go. I think if you like the Jets, you better play it right now.
If you do, throw in, we talked about, the Rex Ryan thing. Let's not forget, who quarterbacks the New York Jets? Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's going back to, Buffalo with a chance to win the game for the Jets and send them to the playoffs. That would be, pretty sweet for him, too. I mean, that's what I'm saying. There's so many subplots to this game.
Whoever knew that Ryan Fitzpatrick was the only Ryan that had any talent in the NFL?
Oh, wow.
You know what, though? He's really played
prepped 3 hours for that.
Yeah, I know.
That one line.
He actually called. He sent me like 4 lines. He goes, "Which one do you like best?" But anyway, when you talk about Fitzpatrick, before the season began, I love Todd Bowles, by the way, head coach of the New York Jets, comes over being a defensive coach. And what I like about him different than Rex Ryan, is that he's no nonsense. He's not a blowhard up there on the screen. He's not, having these goofy press conferences and sticking his foot in his mouth. There's a pun in there, by the way, if you remember Rex Ryan from a couple years ago. But anyway, Todd Bowles is the kind of guy I think players really want to play for. You think you want to play for Rex Ryan when he's first hired. You find out he's kind of a buffoon. And then all of a sudden you're not so sure if you want to play for him because he's not getting you to the promised land like Todd Bowles can. I like Ryan Fitzpatrick. I didn't think this team had a genuine starting quarterback before the season began. He's looking like a genuine starting quarterback the last few weeks. As quarterback of the New York Jets, he doesn't make big mistakes, Bryan.
He's been very impressive, and he's one of the guys that everybody that plays with him loves him. And so I love it that guy's finally having some success here where you got other quarterbacks that the people around him just hate. It's nice to see a nice guy having some success.
The MVP for the Jets is not Ryan Fitzpatrick. It's the lineman from the Buffalo Bills that punched Geno Smith in the mouth in training camp. Guys, put the gun to your head.
I'll lay the 3 right now with the Jets because I don't think it'll be there.
Scott?
Ditto.
Ditto?
Oh, I'm going to take the Jets.
You're going to take the Jets? Okay. I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to take the Buffalo Bills. The
You
Jets.
didn't decide that until you found out we both like the Jets.
Yeah, kind of like you when we go out on Monday Night Football. If you want to throw a play, and when all the guys on ESPN all go down the line, if everybody has the same side.
Not a bad system.
Brian will throw. If he doesn't have an opinion on the game, he'll make a bet.
Here's what I do. I already obviously, if I have my play, if I'm going to play the Monday night game, it's obviously in by now. And I sit there and I watch the last part of the pregame show, and I'm like, no, right down the line if they like my side. I mean, I hate to say it. It's nothing personal, but that's just the way it goes, man. I don't want those guys all being on my side. It's just the way it is.
All right, we're going to go 30 seconds long just to give you Bryan Leonard. This is a guy that'll complain at happy hour if the prices of a drink are $1 too much, but he'll watch ESPN and have no opinion on the game. But because they all took one side, he'll get out the phone and get on his app and make a $1,000 wager just to have some action to watch the game. That's our boy.
It's a hell of a formula, man.
I don't need the action, but I've seen enough of that when they all agree.
All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. And guys, check out, you want to save $10 this weekend? New Year 10. We're going to ring in the new year by saving you $10 on any purchase you make. You get one per household this weekend. Just enter New Year and the number 10. You'll save $10 at checkout. We'll be back with more videos here at WagerTalk.com.